And in my constituency, Whitmore High School, Noah Hill High, Harrow High and Rooksheath Heads work particularly closely together. All have very strong academic reputations, all have effective leadership, and all show good academic performance, but all are crying out for more investment in funding. They have noted, as the heads of primary schools in my constituency have, that they are having to cope with an increase in employers' contributions to non-teaching pensions. They're having to cope with teachers' pay awards not being fully funded, similarly non-teaching pay awards not being fully funded, the apprenticeship levy. Those pressures are amounting to an extra £54,000 in costs per primary school in Harrow on average, and an extra £159,000 on average per secondary school in Harrow. Similarly, schools in Harrow are having to cope with reductions in income from the way in which the minimum funding guarantee works and from reductions in their pupil premium grant. On average, primary schools are losing income £37,000 a year per primary school in 2017-18, £79,000 for every secondary school last year. That's an average overall in terms of school funding additional pressures facing every head teacher and governing body. Almost £100,000 per primary school in Harrow last year, £238,000 per secondary school in Harrow, and that urgently needs to be addressed. I just gently say to the Honourable Gentleman, and he's very welcome to come to Harrow, and I'd be very happy to organise a round table for him with head teachers of both primary schools and secondary schools, because the experience that he describes is not the experience that they are having to face on a daily basis in managing their funding needs. But finally, I just say, I do think there needs to be a 10-year funding plan, and crucially, more investment next year in funding for schools across England, and particularly, if the House will forgive me, in Harrow.